More on the crisis in Iraq. We're joined live now in our studio by Sarhang Hamasaeed. He's a policy analyst on the Middle East and Africa at the U.S. Institute of Peace. Thank you so much for joining us. You've been talking to your friends, colleagues in Iraq. What are they telling you?
Well, the situation is very bad in humanitarian terms. The security threat has been growing, and they are, for those who have been directly affected by the Islamic State, the morale has gone up. That the U.S. has actually conducted some strikes. The morale of the fighting force, especially in the ranks of the Peshmerga, has gone up because they feel that they have further support to counter this relentless force from the Islamic State that has taken over land in a very record speed. But the humanitarian situation continues to be very difficult, and on Mount Sinjar, there are still a significant number of people stranded there.
What is it going to take? Will it be a new prime minister, a new government coming in? Will this ease the tension there?
Well, these will be definitely helpful steps because confronting the problem of the Islamic State, it takes a coordinated effort from multiple actors, including the different Iraqi communities and regional actors, as well as the international community. And having a prime minister and a new government will be the legitimate avenue that the different actors could work with. And hopefully this will be something that the different Iraqi communities, this new government, will be accepted by the different Iraqi communities to confront this threat. Because the Islamic State thrived and made the advances they've made at the margin of disconnects and disaffected communities, especially the Sunni with the government in Baghdad.
We've seen the humanitarian crisis, the people who are stranded on the mountain there in northern Iraq. The U.S. president is warning of genocide, but we've heard Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the Islamic State leader, saying that he's calling for jihad against the United States and Europe. How real are these threats, and what does the Islamic State want? What are the top three goals?
In the Islamic State, their ultimate goal is to form an Islamic caliphate. They have declared that at the end of June, and their immediate geography that they have controlled is in Iraq and Syria, but they definitely have dreams far beyond Iraq. Their media propaganda and the videos they release, they show the entire world covered with their flag. So now they are consolidating their structures by taking water resources that will help them in their state, as well as a bargaining chip and leverage against the Iraqi government and any international support that they may get. So they have some 55 to 60 nationalities represented in their ranks, with reports of 100 people with U.S. passports, so and other passport-holding nationalities, Western passport-holding nationalities. So for them to consolidate and become a training ground that export terrorism well beyond the Middle East is a possibility to threaten the Western countries at some point.
How did they become so organized? I mean, they've taken over the Mosul Dam. They're looking to control the Haditha Dam, which sits on the Euphrates. The bridge near Barwana has been destroyed. And how much money do they have behind them?
I mean, these are battle-hardened, experienced fighters who come from fights as early as in Afghanistan and more recently in Syria. There are news of Chechens fighting in their ranks and providing leadership to their efforts. So they come with a lot of experience fighting. And in terms of resources, they have been tapping into funds from the regional countries, and they have laid their hands about some $500 million when they overtook Mosul. They are extorting money from a lot of the locals, and they have now control over oil that they have been selling, reportedly even to the Bashar Assad, that have been giving them the revenue. And in terms of weapons, they have laid their hands on large amounts of vehicles, armored vehicles, ammunitions, and other types of weaponry from the Iraqi army as they defeated them up north.
Sarhang Hamasaeed, thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.